To Kill a Dragon or Not by Jane Shefs. Michael trudged up the hill, sweating in his heavy metal armor, the weight of his sword and shield crushing him to the ground. When he set out to find and slay the dragon to help the villagers, he seriously underestimated the mountains surrounding the village. The rocky terrain crushed under his iron boots, occasionally giving way and causing him to fall. As he ascended, it dawned on him that perhaps no one had found and killed the legendary beast because of this terrain. It had taken him almost 10 hours, and he didn't feel he was getting any closer to the supposed lair. Then the steep path turned into a rocky gorge, towering high above Michael's head. He leaned against the rock and peered into the gorge to catch his breath. It was very narrow, but rather short. Suddenly, a ball of fire appeared at the other end of the slit, spreading rapidly towards him. He swiftly ducked behind the rock, the flames narrowly missing his face. He grinned. This was it. This was the lair. He pulled the visor down to cover his face completely, lowered the shield from his shoulder, and took a deep breath. Then he pushed through the gorge to the other side and almost immediately fell into a pile of ashes. He heard a roar and spun around instinctively, bringing the shield over him for protection. He pulled his legs and head closer together, attempting to protect himself as much as possible with the shield, hearing and feeling the fire around him. The roar was unbearable, and the heat of the flames turned the metal armor into a torture device. The flames stopped, and there was a deafening silence, filled only by the ringing in his ears. He was soaked under all the heated metal armor, but unharmed if he could trust his senses. Dreading what he might find, he jumped to his feet, then he froze. He blinked several times. A large bowl hanging from a tree was filled to the brim with liquid. A rusty pipe, large enough to fit Michael's head, ran from the bottom of the bowl, the other end pointing towards the entrance of the gorge. At the end of the pipe was a small metal box that occasionally sparkled. Michael had never seen a dragon except in a few books, but he was sure no dragon looked like this. "No, no, no, no," came a man's voice. An old man in an oversized dirty tunic stepped barefoot from behind a tree and approached the device. His messy white hair was as long as his beard, tucked behind a rope belt. "This won't do. No, no, no. Why do you keep stopping?" He stopped at the side of Michael and frowned. "Who are you?" I'm Sir Michael." "Oh, are you lost? It's not a problem. Just go through the gorge and then downhill for 3 hours. Then left, walk 5 minutes to a brook, and then continue downhill for another 5 hours. You can't miss it." I know. I came from the village. I came to kill the dragon." The old man blinked at Michael and then began to laugh. "Dragons? Here? No, there hasn't been a dragon here never." "Oh, a dragon." He turned to the device and, still laughing, stuck his head into the pipe. The laughter echoed from the pipe. "What is that?" Michael asked, eyeing the device. The old man pulled his head out of the pipe and blinked at Michael. "Who are you?" Michael smiled nervously, not sure what to make of the whole situation. "Sir Michael, we've met already." "Have we? Where? In the village?" "Yeah, just now." The man blinked at Michael and then turned to the black box at the top of the pipe. He opened the lid, revealing a set of cocks and 2 stones inside. "Why did you stop?" he whispered. "Sorry," Michael said, not ready to let go. "But what is it?" The man looked at Michael and frowned. "Hello, I'm Sir Michael," Michael said quickly. "I'm not lost, and I'm pleased to meet you. What is it?" This is my machine to make sure that no fire ever goes out, like ever." A gleam appeared in his eyes. "There will be no cold fireplace when you wake up, no stove that cools before you're done cooking. I've been working on this since I was 20. He turned to the machine and tapped it gently. "You're a good girl, aren't you? But why do you keep stopping?" and he began to fiddle with the stones in the little box. Michael wondered what to do next. If he told the villagers about the madman in the mountain with a machine that made a dragon-like fire, they might come and kill him. But the place was 8 to 10 hours away over the roughest terrain. The man was no threat to anyone. The man spun around and jumped back startled.
Who are you?
He barked at Michael.
I'm a figment of your imagination.
The man relaxed and smiled.
Oh, good.
He walked over to the big bowl and tapped the pipe at the bottom. Michael spun around and sprinted through the gorge before the man could relight the strange machine. He ran down the hill, not caring about the rocks, armor, or fatigue. When he returned to the village the following day, he had a story ready about heroic knights of the past who had killed the beast but sadly died. And that was why it hadn't appeared in the village and why the knights had never returned.
There's no need to go up there,
he told them.
It's just a dangerous place. You can get hurt. There's nothing there but ashes and cracks for you to fall into.
He thought about how long the old crazy man might live. Maybe 20 years would be enough for the villagers not to know the truth.
Don't go near there for the next.
A bang sounded, the earth shook, and a great cloud of smoke rose from the gorge. There was a murmur around Michael, who cleared his throat.
Never mind.